The 2021 Victorian Architecture Awards are proudly supported by BlueScope, Dulux, Brickworks, Lysart, Fielders, Bondor, Bosch, Built Environment Channel, NBS, Plant Cover, Architecture Media, as well as Bates Smart, City of Melbourne, Dormacaba, the Heritage Council of Victoria, Mackay Timber, Office of the Victorian Government Architect, the University of Melbourne, Partridge, Littlehampton Bricks and Pavers, WSP and Crefeld.
Well, hello everyone and welcome to the 2021 Victorian Architecture Awards. I'm your host, Viv O'Connell, and it's my pleasure to be joining you once again for this celebration of great architecture. And to begin the evening with a welcome to country, I'd like to introduce Geran Yaraman Steele, Bunurong traditional owner from the Eastern Kulin Nation.
Womanjeka Merembik Bunurong Namda Barupton Atwilam. Come with purpose to my beautiful home, land of the two bays. My name is Geran Yaraman Steele, and I'm a proud descendant of the Bunurong people of the Kulin Nations. It is my duty here today to welcome you to country, but more specifically to ask that you come to my country with purpose. That word, Womanjeka, is not so much the meaning of welcome, but rather a directive for you to come with purpose. So think about why you're here. Now, purpose is a really interesting thing. It's something that needs to be bigger than ourselves. And it also has to be something that is beneficial to our community. So think about your presence and how it relates to those two things. Now, according to the stories of the Bunurong, the lands where we meet today were created by Bunjil. Bunjil is our creator spirit and travels as the eagle. Now, Bunjil not only created the lands of the Kulin and the Kulin, but he also created our Wurrungi Bik. And our Wurrungi Bik dictate that we have to ask all guests to make two promises. The first one is to not harm the land or the children of Bunjil. The second promise is to honour and respect our Wurrungi Bik, our laws of the land. This includes our laws about community, our laws about knowledge, and our laws about honouring sacred ground. If we can commit ourselves to these two promises, I can say, once again in the words of my ancestors, Womanjeka Merembik Bunurong Namda Barupton Atwilam. Welcome to my beautiful home, land of the two bays. Thank you everyone, and have a good time.
Thank you, Geran. And I know tonight we're joined by viewers across Australia, and I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of country on the many lands we're gathered on this evening and pay respect to elders past, present and emerging. Well, we are of course coming to you live tonight, and we have a very big night ahead. 14 awards categories culminating in the announcement of the Victorian Architecture Medal. There are 3 types of acknowledgement in each category. Commendations, which are recognitions of excellence. Awards, which are bestowed on exemplary work and are then in the running for a national award, and named awards, which are the highest honour in each category. As you may know, if you joined us last year, we'll be crossing live to the recipients of the named awards for a quick chat tonight. So please stay close to Skype and keep an eye out for our call. And if you're posting or checking in on social media tonight, you might like to check out Architecture Vic or use the awards hashtag here on screen. And now, to say a few words and announce the recipient of the 2021 Emerging Architect Prize, it's my pleasure to hand over to Victorian Chapter President Bill Krotiris.
Thanks, Viv, and good evening, everybody. On behalf of the Institute, I would like to thank Garen for his generous welcome to country. Every year we come together as a profession to award the work of our peers, and by doing so, we are also establishing a benchmark for what we value as a profession. With this in mind, I would like to also acknowledge and remind us all of our responsibility to country in the actions we take through architecture, the projects that we award, and our everyday lives. Welcome everyone to the 2021 Victorian Architecture Awards. This is indeed a time for celebration for all of our members and their guests in the year the Australian Institute of Architects is also celebrating its 90th anniversary. Whilst this is a significant milestone, we also acknowledge the Victorian Institute of Architects as it was founded in 1856. Like 2020, we once again find ourselves attending these awards virtually. While we appreciate how broad-reaching this event is, we are still very hopeful for an in-person celebration with a gala ball event later in the year. The 2020 awards were a huge success. The digital version of our awards has the potential to facilitate greater public engagement for the Institute and its members. We encourage all participants in this year's awards to share the streaming link with their clients, friends and family for a greater community awareness of this event. This year's awards include 14 categories, 204 entries and 116 shortlisted projects, all competing for commendations, architecture awards and of course the named awards. There were 42 jurors and 14 graduate jurors. We are all pleased that this year the jurors visited all 116 shortlisted projects in person. It is through your attendance and active participation in these events that contributes to a continuing awards program. This event is a valuable vehicle to promote architects and architecture in the state of Victoria, in Australia and internationally. I'd also like to take this opportunity to provide you with an update on our messaging. 2021 thus far was filled with significant advocacy submissions in both government and private sectors. As most of our members are seeking that we continue to advocate on their behalf, we are working on outwardly focused strategies. We are doing everything we can so that we are being heard at government levels. We have provided detailed submissions to the Victorian Government and continue to do so. The rate of government scrutiny on our profession is only escalating, and we are at a point in time where a united position on our messaging is required. We will continue to message strongly on behalf of all of our members. I would like to personally thank our Chapter Council members and our small, medium and large practice forums who have contributed to our submissions, and Paul Zanata, our Advocacy and Policy Manager, for his tireless contributions on our messaging. Finally, a few words for our sponsor, juries and Institute. I would like to also acknowledge the organisations and people who make this event possible. A special thank you to our principal sponsor, BlueScope, and all sponsors for the significant and ongoing contribution to the success of our awards program. I congratulate Rosemary Byrne, the Institute Chair of Juries, for providing her expert guidance through the year, and Ingrid Backer and the rest of the Victorian Awards Committee for their ongoing commitment to the awards program over many years. Thank you to all jurors and jury chairs for their deliberations and continuing contribution to this year's awards program. In addition, thank you to Tim Leslie and the entire Victorian chapter who have all worked tirelessly in the background in order to make this event happen. Tim and his team have been intimately involved with the awards program while also working alongside the Institute staff and everyone else involved in Institute in such a personable and empathetic manner. As mentioned earlier, we look forward to the possibility of a gala event at the end of the year to celebrate our 90th anniversary year in person, a real celebration. Please enjoy the 2021 Victorian Architecture Awards. And now to the Victorian Emerging Architect Prize announcement. This year I was privileged to be a part of the judging panel along with Gumji Khan and Thomas Mackenzie in deliberating for this year's Emerging Architect Prize. This prize recognises emerging architects' contribution to architectural practice, education, design excellence and community involvement, which all advances the profession's role in the public arena. The judging was challenging given the high calibre of nominations in this year's prize. All 11 nominations demonstrated excellence in architectural practice, research, and in particular their ongoing commitment to higher education. Their collective contributions to the community work is to be applauded. They're all working hard towards creating and making better places. The wealth of talented and passionate architects that are emerging in this state provides us with great confidence that the future of our profession is indeed in good hands. And we have awarded the 2021 Emerging Architect Prize to Jackie Alexander and Ben Sheridan of Alexander Sheridan Architecture. Congratulations.
Jackie Alexander and Ben Sheridan demonstrate the remarkable contributions emerging architects make to the culture of architecture in Australia. They have pursued design excellence, engaged with complex contemporary ideas, and been valuable mentors and educators. And their research and work has been widely published and exhibited locally and internationally. Their passion for education and bringing architectural discourses to a broad audience is evident in a wide range of publications and speaker engagements. And as important emerging voices, their generous contributions have made the culture of Victorian architecture richer. Congratulations, Jackie Alexander and Ben Sheridan. And I am delighted to be joined by Jackie and Ben. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Very nice to see your big smiles when Bill made the announcement just then. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels amazing. We're really delighted. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
It's a great honour. Thank you very much.
And can I ask, what does it mean to you as a practice to receive this honour tonight?
Well, we're really delighted, and we're really proud that the Institute, the Victorian chapter, and Imagine have really shown a commitment to celebrating diverse types of practices. We're a practice that's made up of I'm an academic and Ben's an architect. So, and we have an architecture practice that's based on design research and design practice. So it's really nice to have that acknowledged and recognised.
Excellent. And do you have a message for the other emerging architects around the state of Victoria tonight?
Well, I guess it's a great honour to be selected amongst such a high calibre group of colleagues, and I look forward to being able to provide further contributions, and I guess the work that we do together, it's I don't know, it's sort of a bit lost for words, to be honest, but yeah, look, it's a great honour, and
we congratulate everyone that was shortlisted. Yeah. It's a real honour for us.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Is there anyone you'd like to acknowledge before I let you go to enjoy the rest of the evening?
We would, yes, we would. We'd really like to acknowledge our clients. We'd like to acknowledge our consultants and contractors as well. We'd like to acknowledge our colleagues at Monash Art Design and Architecture, who have always been very supportive of us. As well as, of course, the Victorian chapter.
And
Imagine. And, of course, all the sponsors for the prize as well. So thank you very much.
Oh, well, look, congratulations once again, guys. I do hope you have a fantastic night there, and enjoy the rest of it. See you later.
Thanks, Viv.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thanks, Viv. Good night.
Now to the Bates Smart Award for Architecture in Media. And to tell us a bit about the award and introduce the nominees, I'd like to hand over to Johan Hermojanto of Bates Smart.
Thanks, Viv, and good evening, everyone. We're really proud to be supporting this category. And on behalf of the jury and Bates Smart, I would like to wish all the entrants the best of luck. The Bates Smart Award for Architecture in Media has been designed to increase public engagement and awareness of our profession. The award celebrates excellence and hopes to encourage debate about architecture, our built environment, and the way we practice in a time of significant global change. Let's have a look at the shortlisted projects.
Architectural Drawings Collecting in Australia by Miles Lewis. The Art of Living with Art by Fiona Dunnan. Inflection Journal Volume 7 Boundaries by Hans Young, Lewis O'Connell and Irina Rizal. A Place to Watch the Trees Grow by Callan Green. The Design Emotive by Anthony Richardson. Archimist Podcast Season 3, Is This What You Wanted? By Kimberly K. Hui and Jine He. Building User Manual by Patrick Jost. Passive House in Australia book by the Australian Passive House Association. Architects After Architecture, Alternative Pathways for Practice by Rory Hyde, Harriet Harris and Roberta Maccaccio. And The Good Client by Stephen Crafty. Thanks, Johan. Well, the award entries have been considered for either a state or national award based on state or national relevance. The state award goes to Inflection Journal Volume 7 Boundaries by Hans Young, Lewis O'Connell and Irina Rizal. Congratulations to the team. A national award goes to Architects After Architecture, Alternative Pathways for Practice by Rory Hyde, Harriet Harris and Roberta Maccaccio. And a national award also goes to Architectural Drawings Collecting in Australia by Miles Lewis. Congratulations to the winning projects and thank you, Bates Smart.
Hello, we're Bourgrove Architects.
Good luck with the awards, everybody.
Thanks, Bourgrove Architects, and good luck to everyone as we move into the main awards categories, which will go through for consideration by the national jury for a national award later in the year. And the first category is the Enduring Architecture Award, which is given to buildings of outstanding merit that remain important as high-quality works of architecture, works that are significant examples of creative leadership. Recent recipients have included ICI House, NGV, McIntyre House or the A-Frame House, University South Lawn Car Park, Infill Housing Program, Yarra Footbridge at South Bank, and of course last year's recipient, MCG Great Southern Stand. This award is supported by the City of Melbourne, and the Right Honourable Lord Mayor Sally Capp has sent through this message.
Thanks, Viv, and good evening, everyone. The City of Melbourne is proud to be a supporter of the Australian Institute of Architecture Awards in 2021. We are particularly proud to be the sponsor for the Enduring Architecture Award again this year, given that we love to recognise the lasting contribution that significant buildings make to the fabric and character of Melbourne. We are privileged to be, all of us, the custodians in one way or another of this city's wonderful built heritage, and to champion the creation of new architecture that supports a sustainable future. Of course, this award is all about legacy for our city and ensuring that spaces and places continue to benefit this city and be enjoyed by everyone over decades. So I'm really pleased to be able to announce the winner this year of the Enduring Architecture Award. Drum roll, please. And the winner is the Olympic swimming pool. Well done, everyone, particularly to Kevin Borland, John and Phyllis Murphy, to Peter McIntyre and to engineer Bill Irwin. Congratulations. Thank you for your legacy to Melbourne. Well done.
The former Olympic Swimming Stadium is not just one of the few remaining physical landmarks of the 1956 Olympic Games, but also one of the most important buildings of mid-20th century Australian architecture. The design by young University of Melbourne graduates Kevin Borland, Peter McIntyre and John and Phyllis Murphy, working in collaboration with engineer Bill Irwin, represents the high point of expressive structural functional design, an approach that signalled Melbourne as the cradle of modernity in the 1950s. In 1980, Kevin Borland and Bernard Brown converted the pool into the Glass House, a live performance venue, before the McIntyre Partnership restored and refurbished the building as a training venue for the Collingwood Football Club. Today, the former Olympic Swimming Stadium continues to inspire, exemplifying unparalleled optimism in Victoria's design culture of the 1950s, making it a most worthy recipient of the 2021 Enduring Architecture Award. And to give us some insights into how this extraordinary project came about, it's my pleasure to introduce Peter McIntyre, who sent through this message.
In 1949, John and Phyllis Murphy and myself were doing our final year at Melbourne University. We met Norman Musson, an engineer. He introduced us to a completely new way of analysing stresses in the structure, and he also introduced us to precast concrete and post-tensioned concrete. This is where we balance forces. The following year, Kevin graduated behind us, and he also met Musson. Now, out of that encounter with Musson, when the competition came along, there was a lot of outcry against the games because people wanted infrastructure for housing, and there was a great shortage of materials. As a result of that, the competition conditions stressed that the economy of the structure, or the building in general, that was the key point that was being asked for. The pool was quite rigid, 5,000 seats, 2 pools, a diving pool, a swimming pool, dimensions absolutely fixed. So the question was, how do you actually construct the form that was virtually created with the competition? Well, we introduced post-tension high tensile steel, which was a first. And we were lucky enough, Kevin and I, to be in the same building as Bill Owen, who was an engineer working with Murray Daly. Well, working with Bill and John, Phil, myself and Kevin, we worked out this scheme, and we put the computations, the calculations into the submission that we made for our drawings, which is a very unusual situation. But we knew Professor Francis was head of engineering at Melbourne, was on the panel, and we knew that he would be able to check out the computations, which is exactly what happened, and he confirmed we'd reduced the tonnage of steel by at least 33%. Well, that was the condition that changed our lives. Every one of us, from that moment on, started a completely new life. I designed my house back in 1950 here in Kew. I couldn't build it because I didn't have any money. But I built the house, got married, and I've had a happy life there for the last 70 years. It was all very fine.
Well, thank you so much for those comments, Peter. And we've just been trying to put a call through to the Chair of Juries, Rosemary Byrne, so that we can have a quick chat about the jury's deliberations this year. Unfortunately, we don't seem to be able to get through. I'm so sorry, Rosemary. We've been trying for the last couple of minutes, but look, I hope you have a great night, and let's just move on. And now to small project architecture. Let's take a look at the shortlisted projects. Arco by Branch Studio Architects. Conservatory Adaptation by Architecture Associates. Jackalope Pavilion by March Studio. And NGV Triennial 2020 Outdoor Pavilions by Boardgrove Architects. Well, in this category, the jury have awarded 1 commendation, 1 award, and the named award. The commendation goes to Conservatory Adaptation by Architecture Associates. Congratulations! And the jury have given an award for small project architecture to Jackalope Pavilion by March Studio. The Jackalope Pavilion is a curious form drifting over and amongst the gritty landscape of St Kilda. Housing an artwork, gift shop and ticketing booth, the pavilion is a lesson in how spatial sequence can enrich our experience of place and how a small intervention can behave with civic generosity to its context. Congratulations to March Studio! And the highest honour in this category, the Kevin Borland Award for Small Project Architecture, goes to NGV Triennial 2020 Outdoor Pavilions by Boardgrove Architects. Designed for the 2020 NGV Triennial at a time when Melbourne was emerging from an extended lockdown, this assemblage of transient pavilions provided a place for rest, shelter and COVID-safe communal meals. Perhaps more importantly, the design's gesture of innocence and humility offered a soothing balm to relieve collective anxiety and social separation. The gesture of this work, small in stature but profoundly generous in heart and in experience, exemplifies the immense value of this category. Careful and sensitive decision-making, finely calibrated to limitations of both budget and time, have delivered a place of sincere rest and comfort within the NGV gardens that far exceeds the sum of their humble material components. Congratulations, Boardgrove Architects. And I'm delighted to be joined now by Holly Board and Peter Grove. Congratulations.
Hello, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I feel all tingly. This is amazing.
And there's someone else in the shot there as well. I can see the top of a tiny head. Is that right? Ah.
Yeah, staff.
Yeah.
Well, look, congratulations on receiving the first named award of the evening. Lovely that we can have a quick chat with you tonight. And thanks so much for your shout out as well. Wishing all of the entrants tonight good luck. That was a very nice touch. Good way to start the night. Now, on this project, I understand from the jury's citation that you had a very limited time throughout the design and construction process. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was like to work on?
Yeah, I mean, we've never had anything quite like it, but it was, there was just so much momentum given we first spoke about it with the NGV at the end of October, and it had to be delivered, I'm terrible with dates, but I think it was
19th of December.
Well, the triennial opened on the 19th of December, but the grass needed to be repatched and grow. So the actual pavilions had to be done by very early December. So we had about 6 weeks from start to finish, and it was incredible because something like that only happens with every single person along the way pitching in and going above and beyond to make it happen and see it through.
Oh, fantastic. And I understand that the structures had to have a fairly short lifespan, and that posed quite a challenge for you. Can you tell us a bit about how that impacted on your design solution here?
Yeah, we a couple of things with the pavilions. They're kind of made from prefabricated components. So some of them they're pallets, which hold materials, and then we made the timber frames off site. And the idea with the materiality also was that we could reuse it too. So the pallets would go back to reuse. And then the furniture was prototypes and made. We made 100 linear meters of table in a couple of weeks somehow. I don't quite know how that happened, but it did. And then the idea was the tables were flat packable, so the NGV could store them. And they've actually gone on to different places to be used by other people. So the building's got a life beyond the pavilion too. So.
Excellent. And is there anyone that you'd like to acknowledge or thank who was involved in the project?
Look, pretty much everybody that was involved in the project made it happen under such challenging circumstances. But I mean, the standout really is the exhibition team at the NGV. Liz and Ali and Erin and Ingrid, just phenomenal, working alongside them them alongside us to make it happen. And then CBD Construction, who came to the party with like 2 days' notice. The joiner who pulled out tables, made 100 plus linear metres within, a couple of weeks. It really was, and the other one was the canvas roof guy, Farzin up in Sydney. He prototyped a canvas roof within about 48 hours for us. And, things don't happen this quickly, at least in our experience. So it really was a joy to just see something happen
with momentum.
And it was just such a great outcome given what Melbourne went through last year. It was such a positivity around the sort of celebration of the triennial opening, and I think people really enjoyed being outside again and visiting cultural institutions again and whatnot. Yeah.
Oh, well, look, congratulations once again to you guys and to everyone who was involved in this extraordinary accomplishment, and for receiving the first named award of this evening. Lovely to chat to you, and I hope you have a really great night.
Wonderful. Thanks very much. Bye.
We're at the studio and you're watching the Victorian Architecture Awards. Back to you, Trey.
And thank you, March Studio, for that shout out. And now to the Heritage category, supported by the Heritage Council of Victoria. And I'd like to hand over to Dr. Christine Phillips to introduce the nominees.
Thanks, Viv. Hi, everyone. We're really proud to be supporting this category, and on behalf of the Heritage Council of Victoria, I wish all of the entrants the best of luck. Now let's have a look at the nominees.
Bendigo Former Mining Exchange by Williamsburg Architects. Church on Napier by Kirsten Thompson Architects and James Stockwell Architects. D'Esterville by NTF Architecture. Hawthorne House by Kennedy Nolan. Music Market by Sibling Architecture. Penley Essendon Grammar School Music House by McBride Charles Ryan. And the Carringbush Hotel by Design Office. Well, from a field of 6 shortlisted projects, the jury have awarded 2 commendations, 1 award and the named award. Commendations for Heritage are awarded to Hawthorne House by Kennedy Nolan and D'Esterville by NTF Architecture. Congratulations to Kennedy Nolan and NTF Architecture. An award for Heritage goes to Church on Napier by Kirsten Thompson Architects and James Stockwell Architects. Church on Napier celebrates our heritage buildings, taking care to leave original fabric intact. The jury was impressed by the efficient and careful master plan and by an approach which gives equal measure to the new, providing richness to community living experience and a generous urban outcome to the street. Congratulations to Kirsten Thompson Architects and James Stockwell Architects. And the highest honour in this category, the John George Knight Award for Heritage, goes to Bendigo Former Mining Exchange by Williamsburg Architects. Part of the Beehive building by Charles Webb, 1872, the mining exchange was the centre of the gold trade during Bendigo's gold rush and was subsequently heavily modified for use by Allen's Music in the 1920s. Closed since the 1980s, this fine interpretive restoration acknowledges the importance of both the original mining exchange function and the later retail arcade. The jury was impressed by the elegance of the interpretive works, attention to detail within strict budgets, and the public benefits of the reopened arcade. The project is an exemplar of sophisticated design, revealing original Italianate forms, colours and details, truly astonishing in richness and texture. It is this approach of quiet preservation and revealing of the historic palimpsest which sets this project apart. Congratulations, Williamsburg Architects. And I'm joined now by Peter Williams from Williamsburg Architects. Congratulations, Peter, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Viv. I'm very excited. What a way to finish a lockdown.
Well, yes. Great that you can join us. If you told me a year ago we'd still be doing these live crosses and live streams, you know, I don't know what I would have said, but at least we can have these kind of chats and tell people about your fantastic work. Now, I understand from the jury citation that this building was of not only national but international significance when it was first built, so incredibly significant. Can you give us a sense of what it was like to work on this project?
Well, I think one of the things that I would have to say is patience. We came on board in the project in about 2011. And so the gap between realisation and the first sort of musings and then the preparation of the building for sale, once Bendigo, City of Greater Bendigo, did fantastic work to preserve the building and ensure its longevity. We were commissioned in 2015 to actually by the new owner and do the work. So it's really important that you maintain the faith and be patient. You know, it's such a worthwhile project, significant for the community. And I think what we've done and what the new owner has done and the developer has done is actually return a piece of fabric to the city of Bendigo that was much loved and denied their presence for quite some time.
And what does it mean to the practice to be able to give back to the people of Bendigo in this way?
Look, that's one of the things that's driven our practice for many years. You know, what sort of contribution can we focus our skills toward? And I think one of the great things, this is a little aside story, one of my history teachers from my high school was actually a member of the Bendigo Heritage Society, and he invited me to go to the city of Bendigo and speak to that society, and he introduced me as one of his younger students. So that was a wonderful moment, and they're the sorts of things that projects that are important to communities can actually bring out.
And is there anyone that you'd like to acknowledge or thank, Peter?
Look, there's a few people I'd like to thank. I'd like to bit of a shout out to our WBA team who lived this project through its implementation probably for the last 4 years, and specifically to Sean Earle, who was the project architect who really helped implement the construction of the project. I think we have to acknowledge Craig Lightfoot, who had never worked with an historic building on the register previously, purchased this from the city of Bendigo and gave it his all, jumped into the deep end, and he was assisted by Brett Morris from DBG Constructions, and he sourced wonderful local trades. And I think the love that was put into the project, you know, you can see it and feel it when you walk through it. I think the other person I would like to say thank you to is Peter Brook from Heritage Victoria. They gave us flexibility and independence to make decisions, you know, on certain things that cropped up on the site. So I really enjoyed that support from Heritage Victoria. And finally, I think Fred Crowe, who took some very evocative photographs of the building for us. So they're the main thanks. And of course, the Victorian chapter for you know, compiling a wonderful jury that could see what was behind this project.
Well, they were certainly effusive in their praise. Congratulations once again to you, the team, and the client, everyone involved in this project, Peter.
Thank you very much, Viv.
And we will be back with the next round of announcements after these messages from the awards sponsors.
by nature. Created by innovators. Supplied by Mackay's, your home of Tasmanian timber.
And now to Sustainable Architecture, supported by the University of Melbourne. And to introduce the nominees, I'd like to hand over to Julie Willis.
Thanks, Viv. Hi, everyone. We're really proud to be supporting this category, and on behalf of the University of Melbourne, I'd like to wish all the entrants the best of luck. Let's see the projects shortlisted for this category.
"90 Ruskin Street" by Fieldwork. Adela Apartments by Giost Architects. Breese Street by DKO Architecture with Breathe Architecture and Milieu Property. Burwood Brickworks by NH Architecture in partnership with Russell and George on the interior design, and Wurundjeri Willem artist Mandy Nicholson for the ceiling mural and facade artwork. Divided House by Jackson Clements Burrows Architects. La Trobe University Sports Park by Warren and Mahoney Architects. Limestone House by John Wardle Architects. Monash Woodside Building for Technology and Design by Grimshaw in collaboration with Monash University. Honour Coffee by Breathe. Pickac Narry Warren by FMSA Architecture. Reservoir Station by Genton. Springvale Community Hub by Lyons. Terrace House 1 by Dreamer. And Vivarium by Architecture. Well, 14 great projects on the shortlist. And the jury have awarded 2 commendations, 1 award and the named award. The commendations for Sustainable Architecture are awarded to Honour Coffee by Breathe and Pickac Narry Warren by FMSA Architecture. Congratulations to the teams. An award for Sustainable Architecture has been made to Monash Woodside Building for Technology and Design by Grimshaw in collaboration with Monash University. This project is amongst the largest Passive House certified education buildings in the world and sets a high benchmark for sustainability and design. It serves as a learning tool for students, a model for future developments on the Monash Clayton campus, and has great potential to positively influence other organisations and institutions. Congratulations, Grimshaw and Monash University. And the highest honour in this category, the Alan and Beth Caldicott Award for Sustainable Architecture, goes to Burwood Brickworks by NH Architecture in partnership with Russell and George on the interior design, and Wurundjeri Willem artist Mandy Nicholson for the ceiling mural and facade artwork. In delivering the world's first Living Building Challenge, or LBC, certified retail building, Burwood Brickworks sets a new standard for sustainable building practice and operations in shopping centres and commercial buildings more broadly. The jury commends the project's commitment to sustainability, including the use of 100% renewable electricity, elimination of gas, grey and black water systems, high proportions of locally sourced materials, minimisation of construction waste through adaptive reuse on site, and considerations of design for disassembly at the end of the project's life. This project demonstrates that net positive sustainable building practices are not only possible in shopping centres, but doing so increases return on investment, presenting a compelling argument for a new sustainable benchmark in retail design. Congratulations to NH Architecture, Russell and George and Mandy Nicholson. And I'm delighted to be joined now by Roger Nelson from NH Architecture. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. That is absolutely fabulous.
I must say that when the announcement was made, I saw the reaction on your face and you did look rather pleased, I might say.
I'm delighted. It's an absolutely remarkable project, and in one's career, that these are absolute highlights, and it's one of those projects that just it absolutely sings in so many ways, and we're really proud of it.
Well, the jury were effusive in their praise, obviously, and it appears to be a game changer for commercial and retail buildings in the sphere of sustainability. How did this project come about?
Well, it's a fairly long journey, really. I mean, I looked at our job number the other day. It started in 2014 and had many transformations during its life. But the most significant was when the Frasers decided to take on the LBC challenge, and that really transformed it into another level, and really took it to a point which set an amazing challenge for all of us. But it was incredible to be able to do that, and to get to this point is quite an achievement. And I think it's really testimony to everybody that's been involved. It's a big event, and it's a big achievement, and something that really changes the way we think about things.
And something that you've worked on in partnership with Russell and George. Is there anything you'd like to say about working with the teams who are involved in this project?
Yes, well, indeed. Of course, Russell and George and Zwei Architects as well. And of course, the brilliant Mandy Nicholson, who produced that amazing artwork. I mean, the project is testimony to the principles of collaboration, not just on the design side, but also our client and all the consultants and the construction people as well, HASA. It would never have happened without all of that sort of sense of collaboration. It's a classic project where everybody plays their part, but it really comes down to the mandate, if you like, that the client group set about it, which was to achieve this LBC challenge.
And what do you hope its impact will be beyond this project, but potentially for commercial and retail buildings more broadly?
Well, I think that the biggest thing for us, we work in these areas a lot, is to show that things that were regarded as exceptional, that's okay, that can happen in that territory and it costs a lot and so on, and it's great. But this normalises it. This shows that an everyday type of use can actually achieve remarkable results. And things that it's very topical at the moment, of course, with the politics of our country and where we're going with energy and so on. It does demonstrate that the private sector, in a way, can actually transcend what's been happening at government level. And it really shows that just an everyday effort and a commitment to it and bettering our world can actually be something that really shows true results.
Well, hear, Roger, and congratulations once again to you, the team, and indeed everyone involved in this project, and a visionary client as well. What an extraordinary result.
And I'd just particularly like to thank, if you don't mind, there's one particular individual that deserves absolute recognition, and that is Stephen Choi, who was acknowledged last year in the awards program. But without him, frankly, it wouldn't have happened. And his dogged determination to get to this point is testimony to, and indeed a light that we should all follow.
Indeed. A big shout out to Stephen, last year's Leadership in Sustainability Prize winner, of course. I hope you're watching, Stephen. Congratulations. And congratulations to you and everyone involved, Roger. Thanks so much for joining us once again, and I hope you have a really great night.
I certainly will. Thank you very much.
Hi, we're Breeze Architecture and we're watching the Victorian Architecture Awards.
Thank you, Breathe. Continuing the national theme of great dogs in the member shout-outs. Thanks so much. The next category is Interior Architecture, supported by McKay Timber. And Michael Sedlarovic has sent through this message.
Thanks, Viv. Hi, everyone. We're really proud to be supporting this category, and on behalf of Mackay Timber, I'd like to wish all the entrants the best of luck. And here are the nominees for Interior Architecture.
Acme Renewal by BKK Architects and Razorfish. Burwood Brickworks by NH Architecture in partnership with Russell and George on the interior design. Destasio Città by Hassel. Divided House by Jackson Clements Burrows Architects. Eastbourne by Easttop Architects. Monash University Building 28 by Kennedy Nolan. Music Market by Sibling Architecture. Olderfleet by Grimshaw with Carr. RMIT Our Place by ARM Architecture. St Paul's Lutheran Church by Law Architects. And the Carringbush Hotel by Design Office. Well, from the field of 10 shortlisted projects, the jury have awarded 3 commendations, 2 awards, and the named award in this category. The commendations for interior architecture go to Burwood Brickworks by NH Architecture in partnership with Russell and George on the interior design, and Wurundjeri Willem artist Mandy Nicholson, the ceiling mural and facade artwork. A commendation is also awarded to Monash University Building 28 by Kennedy Nolan and Eastbourne by Easttop Architects. Congratulations to all the teams who have received a commendation for interior architecture. The first award for interior architecture goes to Olderfleet by Grimshaw with Carr. The interior architecture in this project is a careful consideration of contraction and expansion, darkness and light, interwoven to create mood and experience. A consistency of approach and detail provides a continuous thread from public to back-of-house spaces, bringing a constancy of design language and thoughtful resolution throughout the building. Congratulations, Grimshaw and Carr. And the jury have also given an award for interior architecture to Acme Renewal by BKK Architects and Razorfish. Acme Renewal pays homage to the existing architecture while simultaneously creating a new and recognisable identity for the museum. This considered architectural approach has successfully increased visual connectivity to the street, while the clever, functional insertions have effortlessly addressed issues of wayfinding and accessibility, providing a holistic visitor experience. Congratulations, BKK and Razorfish. And the Marion Marnie Award for Interior Architecture goes to Divided House by Jackson Clements Burrows Architects. Divided House is a meticulously resolved new home with an interior that is both sophisticated yet raw. The humble materiality of timber, perforated steel and concrete is detailed with finesse which elevates and celebrates the palette. With subtle gestures to remove extraneous elements, the house questions expected norms of residential living. The resulting interior is a home with a flexible ease of occupation. The jury describes this project as an exemplar of considered interior conception and detail, which demonstrates craftsmanship and the innovation possible in interior architecture. Congratulations, Jackson Clements Burrows. And I'm joined now by John Clements. Congratulations, John and the team.
Thank you. Thanks very much. I'm with Hannah Wexler, the project architect, so congratulations, Hannah, as well.
Congratulations, Hannah. I'm so glad you could both join us. Now, we've heard a little bit of the jury's comments there. I understand that this was a project that was quite a long time in the making. Is that true?
Yeah, I think it's been a sort of 7-year journey, so and 3 years of construction over the COVID period as well. So it's been a long challenge, but it's been a great journey as well.
Excellent. And can I ask you to give us a bit of a rundown on the client's brief? What were they hoping to achieve with this project?
Well, given it's my own house, it was kind of pretty easy from that perspective.
Oh, okay.
But my wife had some pretty specific requirements, including coloured bathrooms. So, I think it's great to be acknowledged in this way in that context, because you can't take your own project for granted. You've sort of got to explore the opportunities that you have in a different context to a client project, and it's wonderful that the jury have acknowledged that the outcome.
Excellent. And is there anyone that you'd particularly like to acknowledge, John? Or Hannah, is there anything that you'd like to say about the project and what it was like to work on?
Oh, it was just a privilege to work on a project like this. I mean, it's pretty rare to get to work on a project where the client is also, driving a lot of the decision making from the design point of view. So, learning and also just getting to design to that level of detail that's not that common. So yeah, it was a real privilege to have that engagement with John as a client and an architect and my boss at the same time. So that was really
there should actually be an award for architects who have to be the project architect on an architect's own house.
I was going to say, I think that does deserve its own category. And Hannah, it sounds mildly terrifying. I don't know if this is the right forum to ask what John was like as a client, but
we're still talking.
No, good. Of course, it was challenging, but I feel like it was just an incredible privilege and a unique learning experience. So I'm really thankful for that process and that opportunity. Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, just in terms of acknowledgements, obviously the awards team and task force put a lot of effort into putting the awards process together and organising site visits and so forth. The jurors, thank you, obviously, so much. My wife, who's in the background, Lissy, couldn't have done this project without her. Had incredible support from Kraus Bricks, Austral Masonry, Big River Timbers, the team at Light Projects, who we do a lot of work with in terms of kind of dealing with inventive lighting details. SMEG, of course, were incredibly supportive, so I've had a lot of help from those guys. And BD Projects, the builders, I've worked with Joe for 20 years. He's a great mate. I couldn't have done the project with anyone else. It was just a fantastic journey, and the carpenters were just so committed to doing their best to achieve what we did achieve together. And of course, the crew at JCB, Tim and Graham and Hannah. Hannah's put up with me for years, but the whole practice has put up with a lot of absence in the last 3 years in particular. So, anyway, thank you very much to everyone who's been involved.
Yeah, well, look, congratulations to everyone involved. Hannah, I think, yes, the Institute needs to invent a new category just for people in your position who win a named award working with their boss as their client. So well done to everyone. And guys, I hope you have a fantastic night.
Cheers.
Bye.
And now the COLORBOND Award for Steel Architecture, supported by the Institute's principal partner, BlueScope.
Out on the patio, we'd sit, and the humidity we'd breathe. We'd watch the lightning crack over cane fields, laugh and think, this is Australia. This is Australia. This is Australia.
COLORBOND, made by Australia.
And I'd like to hand over to Margot Bond from BlueScope, who sent through this message.
Thanks, Viv, and hello, everyone. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate all these years' nominees on your amazing projects. On behalf of BlueScope, I thank you for all your support specifying our products like COLORBOND steel for roofing and cladding, as well as TrueCore steel for light gauge framing. We love to see the innovative ways our products are used to address design challenges, supporting our communities and enhancing our built environment. We are honoured that it is our 36th year as the Institute's principal corporate partner. We are so proud to assist you in creating your latest projects that celebrate Australian steel. Unfortunately, we still can't be together face to face. However, we are definitely here in spirit to celebrate yet another exciting year in Victorian architecture. We'd also like to take this opportunity to mention our latest innovation, an online colour selection resource that we developed last year specifically to support you. With the new COLORBOND Steel Studio, you can now choose from a huge range of over 200 colours and finishes, all with the same durabilities and warranties you know and trust by BlueScope. Now, let's take a look at the fantastic projects that have been shortlisted for this year's COLORBOND Award for Steel Architecture.
Divided House by Jackson Clements Burrows Architects. Jollymond Infill by Matt Gibson Architecture and Design. Monash Woodside Building for Technology and Design by Grimshaw in collaboration with Monash University. Pony by Wowoa Architecture. And RMIT Rodder Lane Precinct by Sibling Architecture. Thank you, Margot, and thanks BlueScope for your long-standing support of the Institute and this award. And the jury have awarded a commendation in this category too. Divided House by Jackson Clements Burrows Architects. Congratulations once again to Jackson Clements Burrows Architects. And the 2021 COLORBOND Award for Steel Architecture goes to Monash Woodside Building for Technology and Design by Grimshaw in collaboration with Monash University. This project demonstrates how a pedagogical vision for a transformational learning building can be thoughtfully realised using the long span and lightweight capabilities of steel. The application of a variety of steel components throughout the building envelope and interior is commendable, and the use of locally sourced structural steel was an innovative solution to the tight construction timeframe, facilitating the client's program objectives and world-first sustainable aspirations. The jury congratulates the project team for creating an important new benchmark for sustainable steel buildings in Australia. Congratulations, Grimshaw, in collaboration with Monash University. And I'm joined now by Andrew Krotiris and the team from Grimshaw. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Very delighted to receive the award for steel in a building which is built for engineers, so it's great.
Yes, it does seem very appropriate, and we heard there in the jury's comments that steel appears to have been integral to your success in achieving sustainability objectives here, but also broader design objectives. Can you talk us through, I can hear the cheers. It's that good old YouTube 20-second delay.
Yes, no, it's great. Look, I think obviously to do this project on behalf of the university as a building which is setting an exemplar in innovation in technology and research and engineering, the actual kind of identity and the way that the building is built, how it's built, what it's built from, the engineering processes, both in terms of engineering buildability and its performance and sustainability, was a great kind of challenge for us. So steel became this kind of enabling material which defined the building, how we would build the spaces, how we'd express the experience, and how we'd achieve those great sustainable outcomes. But really importantly, it involved local craftsmanship, the builders Lend-Lease working with their subcontractors in close proximity to the site, doing world-first innovation. That embodies so much kind of benefit to our community and to our profession and including construction and architecture and engineering. So it was wonderful to see that how a choice of a material could actually kind of unite that. So.
Excellent, and a partnership obviously created in collaboration with the university. Is there anything you'd like to say about what it was like to work with the university on this project?
I think that Monash University is an outstanding client. I think from the very beginning of this project, they wanted to set an international benchmark for innovation, and that carried through from the beginning to the end. And I think one of the great things to do is that we embrace innovation and risk with intelligence and commitment. And I think the university is an exemplar in Australia in terms of their portfolio of projects, including this one, that we hope will give a really outstanding legacy, which one is optimism, and also to touch on the idea that at this time Australia can be quite exceptional in terms of building the solutions for the future.
Well, hear, Andrew, and congratulations to you, to the university, and to everyone who was involved in this extraordinary project. Thanks so much for joining us, and I hope you all have a great night.
Right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, we're Grimshaw, and you're watching the Victorian Architecture Awards.
Nicely done, Grimshaw. And now to commercial architecture, supported by Dormacarba. And to introduce the shortlisted projects, I'd like to hand over to Ben Andrews.
Thanks, Viv. Hi, everyone. Commercial architecture is the design of buildings and structures for the use by business. This genre of architecture is focused on combining function with style to meet the needs of a wide range of business types. This year, there was a diverse range of entries from high-rise offices, wineries, art spaces and educational facilities to suit both regional and city landscapes. We're really proud to be supporting this category again, and on behalf of Dormacarba, I'd like to wish all the entrants the best of luck. Here are the nominees for commercial architecture.
"35 Collins Street" by Grimshaw. 600 Church Street by Woodmarsh. Burwood Brickworks by NH Architecture. Cannon's House, also by NH Architecture. Collins Arch by Woods Bagot and Shop Architects. RMIT Our Place by ARM Architecture. 10 Minutes by Tractor by Cox Architecture. And Wangaratta Street by MA Architects. The jury for the Commercial Architecture category have awarded 3 commendations, 1 award and the named award. The commendations for Commercial Architecture are awarded to Cannon's House by NH Architecture. Burwood Brickworks, also by NH Architecture. And 35 Collins Street by Grimshaw. Well done to the teams at NH Architecture and Grimshaw. The jury have given an award for commercial architecture to Wangaratta Street by MA Architects. Situated on a Melbourne city fringe site, this small footprint office building addresses both its industrial and residential neighbours, and the architects have concentrated their attention on a limited set of details to produce a beautifully resolved project. Wangaratta Street provides a strong contribution to a changing urban context in a quietly restrained but highly considered manner. Congratulations, MA Architects! And the Sir Osborne McCutcheon Award for Commercial Architecture goes to Collins Arch by Woods Bagot and Shop Architects. In bestowing this award, the jury recognises the rarity in the Australian context of truly integrated mixed-use buildings within a singular form, and applauds the ambition of the project as well as the skillful handling and resolution of the complex programmatic constraints. Occupying a full city block within the Hoddle grid, the facade expression is limited to 2 dominant systems that shift and evolve to varying conditions, programs and the form. The colonnade shifts with the fall of the site and creates a strong legibility to the various urban conditions and different programs, creating a series of generous public spaces and experiences that contribute to the integration of the project with the city. Congratulations, Woods Bagot and Shop Architects. And I am joined now by the Woods Bagot team. I have Rhonda Mitchell, Rob Page and Kate Creer and a few others joining me. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Could we just confirm it's also Rob Page from Shop? So
Rob Page from Shop. I beg your pardon, Rob. So sorry about that. Oh, great you could be here, given that it's a collaboration.
Thank you.
Now, the jury makes particular mention of the complexities involved in this project. Can you paint a bit of a picture for us about what was involved in tackling this challenge?
Well, I guess we entered a commercial category, but effectively this project was a mixed-use project, and it very much played into the complexities of the project. So it moves beyond a commercial category to include hotel and residential, and significantly from our team's point of view, a large ground plane and public realm component as well. So bringing that all together and bringing a kind of a client team along for the ride has actually been a really rewarding experience.
And maybe, Rob, what do you think has made this project such a great success?
I think the public realm is a massive part of the project. It really is a key part of the success of not only the design, but how the client's aspirations was to bring in, the fabric of Melbourne into the project itself. It's such a key ingredient, but also having a building that entwines the nature of mixed use holistically, not just commercial, but the hotel, the residential, so it feels holistic.
And is there anyone that you'd like to acknowledge who was instrumental in making this project such a success?
Well, I think
just all these guys back here.
We've got the team. We've got the team here. We wish we could be out to dinner with all of you guys tonight. We've got the whole team here. Well done, everybody. Fantastic. And look, this project is a city block. It's taken 7 years of a collaboration between Shop and Woods Bagot, and there's been so many people involved. And I'm speaking on behalf of my New York team. We've got Rhonda and Kate have been there since inception. CBus, the client, ISBT, Duo Projects, and Multiplex. It was a pure collaborative effort, and that's how these major projects, get past the line.
Exactly.
Sorry.
The collaboration's been key in this. These projects don't happen without amazing teams from all parties and working in that kind of collaborative way. We're very proud of this building, and we really thank you for this acknowledgement.
Thank you so much.
Oh, well, here. Congratulations to everyone. And looks like you guys are having a good time already, but I'm going to let you go to enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks.
And moving on to urban design, there are 8 projects in the running. Let's take a look at the shortlist. Carrum Station and Foreshore Precinct by Cox Architecture. Collins Arch by Woods Bagot and Shop Architects. Ella South by Craig Tan Architects. Paran Square by Lyons. Reservoir Station by Genton. And Springvale Community Hub by Lyons. A great range of projects there, and the jury have awarded 2 commendations, 1 award, and the named award in this category. The commendations for urban design are awarded to Paran Square by Lyons and Collins Arch by Woods Bagot and Shop Architects. Well done to the teams. An award for urban design goes to Springvale Community Hub by Lyons with Rushwright Associates. A significant project for the City of Greater Dandenong, the civic spaces, new library, council offices and parkland offer a place for community life. The jury commends this project, which celebrates and embraces cultural diversity and offers powerful statements in a suburban setting, providing a new urban community precinct that is imbued with a playful civic spirit. Congratulations to Lions and Rush Right. And the highest honour in this category, the Joseph Reed Award for Urban Design, goes to Carrum Station and Foreshore Precinct by Cox Architecture with Rush Right Associates. This project represents an extraordinary offer of civic generosity, elevating the commuter experience through the gift of a panoramic Port Phillip Bay view. With a brief informed by community concerns with the impacts of an elevated viaduct, the result is a highly specific to place station and public realm outcome. The project achieves a level of urban transformation far beyond a new station experience, reconnecting the divided suburb of Carrum back to its foreshore and providing a generous urban realm that generations to come can enjoy. Congratulations, Cox Architecture with Rush Right Associates. And Andrew Hayes and the Cox team join me now. Congratulations.
Hello, thank you. That's really wonderful.
Excellent, excellent. Now, the jury made specific mention of the community input that fed into this process. Can you give us a sense of the brief and how you guys tackled it?
Yeah, look, the community were quite clear that they initially didn't want rail over, but you know, once it was established that it would be a rail over solution, they were incredibly engaged, you know, and they were actually a big part of the design outcome you see and the stitching together of the community.
And it sounds as though this project is a game changer for the community. Can you give us a sense of, I guess, the scale of change and scope of change it's had on this part of Melbourne?
It has been quite transformational, I think. You know, we've had some fantastic commentary when we've been up on the platform with locals actually coming up to us and saying, you know, I actually objected to this initially, but it's been fantastic. And I think the biggest part of that has been, you know, the bringing of that seaside character right into the heart of Carrum and connecting, you know, the backyards to the beach, which is really what we set out to do with the project.
And what do you think has made this project such a success? I'm guessing community engagement is part of that process, but what else?
So many things. You know, you couldn't list them. We've had such active stakeholders right the way through. A fantastic council who have been engaged right from the beginning. The local MP, you know, was just so active in getting the best outcome. As I said before, the community groups. Special mention has to go to Rush Right, who have been our design partner right from the very first ideas, right through, you know, to what you see now on site.
And is there anyone else that you'd like to acknowledge or thank who was involved in this extraordinary project?
Well, look, projects like this have teams of thousands. You know, we have to acknowledge the way the LXRP bought into the design vision. All the members of Southern Program Alliance have put so much into it, especially, you know, our engineering partners, WSP, and then right through to local council groups, community groups, and our team has just been dedicated right the way through to get the best possible outcome. So fantastic project to be involved in.
Well, excellent. Congratulations once again to you, to Rush Right Associates and to everyone involved in this project. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening there.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. And we will be back with the next round of announcements after these messages from the award sponsors.
The Built Environment Channel is a media platform to support the architecture and construction industry.
It means that we can connect with a whole lot of people outside our office, all around the world, all day, anytime.
You receive a premium screen which silently broadcasts your work, inspiring examples of great design and important industry news. All of this is at no cost to you.
For us, it's really about no more scrolling through endless content. It's literally front and centre for everyone here at K2LD.
The shape is called a catenary shape, and it's the same shape as holding a string. So if you were to hold a string, it will form an arc, and the arc is called a catenary. If you flip it up the other way, so it goes upwards, the pressure that pushes out equalises with the pressure that pushes down. So gravity is balanced in perfect harmony. And that means that the load of the brick is evenly distributed down to the ground.
For more than 130 years, Bosch has designed products that spark enthusiasm, improve quality of life, and help conserve natural resources. We have built our reputation on design, quality, reliability, trust, and sustainability. In short, we want to create technology that is invented for life. With more than 200 international design awards attained over the past 5 years, Bosch is the clear leader in home appliances. Outstanding design requires both great form and function. For home appliances, invented for life means giving people peace of mind for their daily life at home.
When it's time to build on quality that's proven in Australia's harsh environment. Build on Lysart, steel roofing and walling. Style. Experience. Excellence. You have it all when you choose Lysart, steel roofing and walling. Insist on the best. Insist on Lysart.
Mission Melbourne. Mission complete.
You're back.
And cut.
Oh, you missed it, Jeff. I just popped out. Okay, can I...
Thanks FJMT Studio Melbourne. Moving on to residential architecture, multiple housing. This category is supported by Partridge, and I'd like to hand over to Peter Standen to introduce the shortlisted projects.
Thanks, Viv. Hi, everyone. We're very proud to be supporting this category. We're engineers who love doing great work with great people. On behalf of Partridge, we'd like to wish all of the entrants the very best of luck. So let's have a look at these terrific shortlisted projects.
"122 Roseneath Street" by Fieldwork. "Church on Napier" by Kirsten Thompson Architects and James Stockwell Architects. "Irving Street" by B Architecture. La Trobe University Student Accommodation by Jackson Clements Burrows Architects. Leith Park Independent Living by MGS Architects. Object 04 by Object Subject Architecture. Project 100 Trinity College Student Accommodation by Hayball. Rushall Park Independent Living by MGS Architects. The Auburn Apartments by Splinter Society Architecture. And The Lothian by Kennedy Nolan. A terrific range of projects on the shortlist indeed, Peter. Thanks so much for that message. And the jury have awarded 2 commendations, 3 awards, and the named award in this category. The commendations for residential architecture, multiple housing are awarded to Rushall Park Independent Living by MGS Architects and 122 Roseneath Street by Fieldwork. Congratulations to MGS and Fieldwork. The first award for multiple housing goes to Leith Park Independent Living by MGS Architects. At a time when aged care is in the spotlight, this project presents an uplifting example of the typology. The most successful move is in the form of oversized connecting covered walkways, which expand to form seating opportunities. These comfortable open-air spaces encourage unplanned interactions and are just one example of the client and architect's great sensitivity in considering the residents' needs. Congratulations once again to MGS Architects. The jury have also made an award too. The Lothian by Kennedy Nolan. Nodding to the historical context of the North Melbourne area through materiality and form, the building settles beautifully into the landscape, but is immediately elevated by exquisite brick and concrete detailing. The jury commends this robust, energy-efficient building, which acts as a place of beauty and refuge for its inhabitants, while offering an innovative alternative composition of a multi-residential building envelope. Congratulations, Kennedy Nolan. And the third award for multiple housing goes to La Trobe University Student Accommodation by Jackson Clements Burrows Architects. Responding to site rather than the formal extant campus master planning, JCB have generated significant accommodation density, a high level of student amenity, and maintained important existing site vegetation. An ambitious sustainability agenda is to be applauded, and the jury note the championing of an innovative use of structural CLT in a building of this typology and scale. Congratulations once again to the team at Jackson Clements Burrows Architects. And the highest honour in this category, the Best Over-End Award for Residential Architecture Multiple Housing, goes to Project 100 Trinity College Student Accommodation by Hayball. Project 100 is a building in the round that is both respectful and regenerative of its cultural landscape, making it a delight to experience. Comprising 100 new residential rooms, junior common room and communal spaces, the interiors were informed through discussion with staff and students to focus on student wellbeing at a range of scales. Careful attention is paid to hallways, shared bathrooms, vertical circulation and common rooms, a coherent and legible collection of spaces clearly enjoyed by the students. The jury were impressed by the considered siting, which generated the creation of courtyards, a new connection to the adjacent oval and to an historic oak tree, as well as the Vatican lawn. Congratulations, Hayball. And I'm joined now by Anne Lau from Hayball. Congratulations, Anne.
Hi, not just to me, but to everyone at Hayball. Thank you.
Oh, excellent.
Thank you, Jackie.
Now, we heard in the jury citation there that the client and particularly the students were quite engaged in the development of this project. Can you give us a sense of the brief and how this evolved?
Yes, of course. We were first of all, we work with the university, we work with the college, and we work with the students. What is also important too is there has been a long consultation process. What was also interesting too is we work with Jiva Greenway as well as an independent Indigenous advisors. Also understanding the students and their activities, how they use the space within the entire Trinity College. So we had the individual consultation with some of these students to understand the daily lives and how community and the culture of Trinity College actually works from a day-to-day point of view, and their well-being. So it was interesting. It was great.
And what do you hope the impact of this building will be on the students who inhabit this project?
We hope that the project will actually tap into the greater community of Trinity College, and itself, the Project 100 itself, become a community. And what we call also too is whether we call it a tribe, a mob, or group. And what is also important is to create the sense of community within the buildings, within this building, using this building to enhance and contribute to the greater college campus, and a sense of community. That's probably the most important thing: wellness and community.
And what do you think the longer term legacy will be of this project for Trinity College, Anne?
We hope that this has been a successful project, and we hope the college has been very ambitious with their vision, and they see this as a legacy building. The important thing is hopefully this building will actually contribute greatly to the whole of community for Trinity College and for all the students who work, live, studies, and learn from each other using the campus and this building.
Now, you mentioned Jeffer Greenway's involvement in the project. Is there anyone else that you'd like to acknowledge or thank?
Absolutely, I think there are many people. First of all, the project is never an architect's, never done by just a single entity, the architects. We want to thank, first of all, the college, Trinity College, for their visions and their support throughout the entire project durations. And of course, our consultants, Northrop, Wood and Grieve, Lucid Consultants, Trey Thorns, Wood Heritage, and our builder, Harris HMC. They have done a magnificent job. Jeffer Greenway, and also too is one of our close collaborator, Mark Jacques and Ben Cronenberg from Open Work, whom we work hands in gloves from the very beginning. And least of all, our team at Hable, Sarah Buckridge, Erin Collins, Bianca Hong, Laura Mason, Gianni Icabaccio, Dandy Ng, Nicole Burns, and also a particular mentions to our fantastic project architect, James Luxton, and David Morrison, the project design leader. And also, lastly, too, is to Tom Rowe, who took some magnificent photographs of the projects. And thank you from everyone from Hable, also to the jury. So jury panel. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, excellent. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us, Anne. Congratulations to, obviously, everyone who was involved in this project, and of course, to your client as well for commissioning such a great work as well. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you very much. I'm in isolation, but the team is actually having a party, so thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jackie. Good night.
And now to public architecture, supported by the Institute's national corporate partner, Lysart. And we have this message from Daniel Polbrat.
Thanks, Viv. Hi, everyone. Lysart is proud to be a national corporate partner for this great event, the 2021 Vic Architecture Awards. And now, let's take a look at the nominees for public architecture.
Carrum Station and Foreshore Precinct by Cox Architecture. Nunawading Community Hub by FJMT. Paran Square by Lions. Reservoir Station by Genton. Springvale Community Hub by Lions. And Yarram and District Health Service, YDHS, Integrated Healthcare Centre by McBride Charles Ryan. Thanks, Daniel. Well, from the field of 6 shortlisted projects, the Public Architecture Jury have awarded 2 commendations, 1 award and the named award. The commendations for public architecture are awarded to Paran Square by Lions and Nunawading Community Hub by FJMT. Congratulations to Lions and FJMT. An award for public architecture goes to Carrum Station and Foreshore Precinct by Cox Architecture with Rushwright Associates. This project removes 3 dangerous level crossings by elevating a long stretch of rail, and while doing so, shows how thoughtful architecture can elevate transport infrastructure to enhance community life and engender local pride in a precinct. The jury commends this project as an exemplary redefinition of utilitarian public infrastructure. Congratulations to Cox and Rushwright Associates. And the highest honour in this category, the William Wardell Award for Public Architecture, goes to Springvale Community Hub by Lions. This is a delightful realisation of the Council's brief, a building that fosters civic pride and celebrates the diversity of cultures that comprise Springvale. The design concept incorporates strong cultural narratives that are advanced with enthusiasm and even joy in the process of designing the architectural form. And the jury congratulates the architects for bringing diverse ideas into masterful coherence, a physical manifestation of the way different cultures can combine to create a community. The building balances charming Australian irreverence with evident respect for the importance of representing people and place. This, combined with a sense of connection and celebration, is the spirit of public architecture. Congratulations, Lions. And I'm joined now by a cheering team, James Wilson and Sam Hunter. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. We're very excited.
Woohoo! I was excited to hear the champagne cork pop there on my little preview monitor.
There's a bit of champagne behind us. We can sort of see, but there's a score of...
Excellent. Good to get into the swing of things. Now, obviously a fantastic project. The jury told us a little bit about what was involved in that short citation there. But can you give us a sense of what it was like to approach this brief and this client?
Yeah, I mean, this client is amazing. It's the second time we've worked with them on a major public project, and what we got from there was a fantastic brief. It was all about creating a heart for Springvale, creating something that was really going to give something back to them for the next 50 years. And we really threw everything we could at it. We really believed in the project a lot. And I've got to say, everything we brought to the project, the council, the City of Greater Dandenong, took it on with such energy and really wanted to create something with us that really gave back to the community, reflected its migrant history, and really created this fantastic, I've got to say, it's the most joyful project I think I've ever worked on. It really has a lot of just fantastic aspects to it. So we're really encouraged the whole way along with our clients. So it was fantastic. And Sam's jumper as well.
It's come dressed as a building evening. It's hard to not go out there and feel the optimism and the hope in the suburbs. And that's what we really set out to achieve. It's an amazing community out there.
And look, Sam, can I ask you what you love most about working on this project?
There's lots of love. There's lots of deep emotion and affection for the community, the richness that James has alluded to in the migrant history. It's really a building that tries to reflect really diverse cultures, really diverse communities, really diverse histories. It's odes to fallen heroes, the Jungian waves, the cities of hope, all of our mentors, all of the richness that's alive and well in our practice. And it's an architecture that's full of really important ideas, and it's important to nominate these awards and to receive them. And we thank everybody involved, including our team and the Institute. So cheers.
And do you have a message for the community tonight?
Yeah, look, I'd really like to thank a few people. There's the CEO out at the City of Greater Dandenong, John Benny, who's just an amazing personality out there. He can get projects going, and all the councillors out there. But there's a very special person, Mel Mitchell, who's a curator of the Enterprise story out there. It's a story of all the migrants that came through Springvale. And I think the way she curated the story that we really took on and reflected back in the building is just incredible. And I think that's a major part of this project that has come through as well.
Yeah.
And anyone else you'd like to acknowledge before I let you go to enjoy that bottle of champagne?
Our fantastic team. I'll show you them behind us. Thank you very much, team. Wave. People from home. We've got people in other states, and people from home are watching from the team. Carey, Van, Paz from our client team. I'm forgetting people, and Darren, Rush Wright as well.
Rush Wright, Michael and Teresa, like Cox acknowledged on the award just gone for Urban. They were literally there from the get-go. They are an absolute powerhouse there, and all of the ideas that were buried in the landscape were driven by them. And it definitely is a project where the landscape and the architecture are in beautiful, harmonious relationships. So good on them.
Yeah, we're really happy for all of them.
Oh, well, excellent. Hear. Well done to your team, to Rush Wright and everyone involved, and of course to the community. And congratulations, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night.
We will. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Hi, we're Woods Baggett and...
You're watching the Victorian Architecture Awards. Yay!
Yay!
Thanks to the team at Woods Baggett. The next category is Residential Architecture, Alterations and Additions, supported by NBS. And I'd like to hand over to Gus DeBartiki to introduce the shortlisted projects.
Thanks, Viv. Hi, everyone. We are excited to be joining the Institute and delighted to be part of these awards. NBS supports the industry through a unique specification platform, which combines the best content and collaboration for anyone involved in the built environment. Best of luck to all the entrants. And now let's take a look at the nominees in this category.
Brunswick Lean-To by Blair Smith Architecture. Carlton Terrace by Claire Cousins Architects. Elwood Bungalow by Rob Kennan Architects. Fitzroy Bridge House by Matt Gibson Architecture and Design. Limestone House by Winwood Mackenzie. Milk Bar House by Kennedy Nolan. Northcote Terrace by Lovell Burton Architecture. Pony by Wowoa Architecture. Ripple House by FMD Architects. Seddon by Clinton Murray Architects. Solid House by Koyontis Architects. Terracotta House by Austin Maynard Architects. Vivarium by Architecture Architecture. And Waffle House by Rob Kennan Architects. Well, from the field of 14 shortlisted projects, the jury have awarded 1 commendation, 3 awards, and the named award in this category. The commendation for Residential Architecture, Alterations and Additions goes to Northcote Terrace by Lovell Burton Architecture. Congratulations to Lovell Burton Architecture. The first award for Residential Architecture, Alterations and Additions goes to Fitzroy Bridge House by Matt Gibson Architecture and Design. Fitzroy Bridge House enlarges the existing 2-storey terrace by dividing it in 2 parts and placing a well-considered central courtyard garden in between. The courtyard is impeccably finished to create a private sanctuary where it is easy to forget its inner-city location and close neighbours, and every cubic millimetre has had its potential explored in this delightful and warm home. Congratulations to Matt Gibson Architecture and Design. The jury have also given an award in this category to Milk Bar House by Kennedy Nolan. This is an exceptional transformation of a milk bar typology into a well-considered and delightful family home, robust yet sympathetic to its neighbourhood and context. Through a skillful combination of humble materials, the living spaces feel warm and inviting, and the existing house is cleverly expanded upon whilst maintaining a nod to the history of the site. Congratulations once again to Kennedy Nolan. And the third award in this category goes to Vivarium by Architecture Architecture. This project interrogates larger ideas of flow, threshold, and spatial separation at a relatively small scale. With a minimal increase in floor area, rigorous planning provides spaces that work hard, yet feel generous and comfortable, while locally sourced and reclaimed materials, selected with a mindfulness of environmental impact, sit comfortably within the substantial garden. Congratulations, Architecture Architecture! And the highest honour in this category, the John and Phyllis Murphy Award for Residential Architecture, Houses, Alterations and Additions goes to Elwood Bungalow by Rob Kennan Architects. An unassuming bungalow in Elwood has been carefully restored and given a new life with a single-storey addition tucked in behind its street frontage. The modestly proportioned extension negotiates tricky site conditions. New walls fill to the side boundaries, creating the hero of the project, a central circular courtyard cutout that offers a private and light-filled retreat. An equal amount of painstaking care has been invested into the old, the new, and into the entire site, giving the project a satisfying feel of completed integration. Happy to recede from overt statement or competing expression, yet confident in the rightness of its form, the addition offers tranquil spaces, redefining the relationship to the lush gardens surround. Congratulations, Rob Kennan Architects. And I'm joined now by Rob Kennan and Jack Leishman. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm very honoured.
Yes, I saw the look of surprise when the announcement was made, so I'm gathering this wasn't expected.
No, it wasn't expected. We're very pleased and thankful for the award.
Excellent. Well, I understand that the site, when you first encountered it, was rather overgrown. Is that true? Can you tell us what your first impressions were?
The site had a lot of constraints in that there was neighbouring buildings looking in from everywhere, and we sort of, the first impression was that you couldn't do a lot with the site. And I think the special thing here was that we had a client that was very open-minded, and they had sort of a very creative approach to us as a practice, and they gave us freedom to think about it in a different way. And the problem became the solution in that we designed a building that was more inward-looking than outward-looking.
And what were the other components of their brief? Were they happy to just sort of give you free rein on this, or did they have a set of requirements they were hoping you'd address?
I think in this scale of architecture, I suppose in some ways the clients, I think they select a practice for their values and their approach to architecture as opposed to the solution. So they were very open-minded, and we give them a lot of respect and forever grateful for their ability to trust us in the solution. It was quite remarkable.
And what did you enjoy most about working on this project?
I think we love. I think there's a thing about a circle that's quite pure and universal, and timeless. And we gave the clients the ability to live in that circle, and they're enjoying it, and it's quite an enjoyable thing to watch.
And do you have a message for the clients in case they're watching tonight?
I know they're watching because we were the first to tell them to be there. I think we're just grateful, and we know that it's a personal thing designing a house of this scale, and they are hopefully enjoying it, and it'll be a house that's there for a long time. So we're very happy.
And before I let you go to enjoy the rest of the night, is there anything that you'd like to say before you go and hit the champagne?
I think I'd really like to thank Jack Leishman, and I'd like to thank the jury and the Institute, and I suppose the community of sort of architecture in Melbourne. That's strong, and we're glad to be part of it.
Excellent. Well, look, congratulations to you, your team, and of course to the clients. I hope you're having a great night, and I'll let you guys go to enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a great night.
Thanks very much.
Hi, we're Law Architects, and you're watching the National Architecture Awards.
Thanks to the team at Law Architects, who got in very early with their shout out this year. I think you guys were the first cabs off the rank. The next category is Educational Architecture, supported by Littlehampton Bricks and Pavers. And to introduce the nominees in this category, I'd like to hand over to Aaron Fiora.
Hi everyone, I'm Aaron from Littlehampton Clay Bricks and Pavers. We hope you're enjoying the awards. We're really proud to be supporting the Education Architecture category. On behalf of myself and the entire team here at Littlehampton Brick, we wish all of the entrants the best of luck. Without further ado, let's take a look at your nominees.
Abbotsford Primary School by GHD Woodhead. Geelong College Junior School by John Wardle Architects. Monash Woodside Building for Technology and Design by Grimshaw in collaboration with Monash University. Penleigh Essendon Grammar School Music House by McBride Charles Ryan. Research Primary School by Kennedy Nolan. St Leonard's College Redevelopment by ARM Architecture. And Stawell Secondary College by Workshop Architecture. Thanks for that intro, Aaron. And the jury have awarded 2 commendations in this category, which go to St Leonard's College Redevelopment by ARM Architecture and Stawell Secondary College by Workshop Architecture. Congratulations, ARM and Workshop Architecture. An award for educational architecture goes to Penleigh Essendon Grammar School Music House by McBride Charles Ryan. This is a project of sheer joy that thoughtfully marries an existing Victorian heritage house with a colourful and playful extension. The finishing of the project, where both heritage and contemporary detail were treated with equal care, using relatively modest materials, was impressive, and the jury commends the careful composition, which has created maximum delight. Congratulations to McBride Charles Ryan. And the jury have also given an award in this category to Research Primary School by Kennedy Nolan. The school's new and renovated buildings reside alongside each other seamlessly, with a clear and simple palette of materials and series of flexible spaces that create intimacy and identity of learning experiences for children. This project creates meaningful and exciting change, bringing a clear sense of how intelligent architecture can deliver a community-centred outcome. Congratulations once again to the team at Kennedy Nolan. Big night for you guys. And an award for educational architecture also goes to Monash Woodside Building for Technology and Design by Grimshaw in collaboration with Monash University. Teaching, learning and research spaces are on display in this exemplary building, and looking down into or across at transparent spaces makes for considerable spectacle. A living laboratory, Woodside further displays its wares through the expression of structure and services, which speak to the engineering faculty's purpose. Congratulations once again to Grimshaw and Monash University. And the highest honour in this category, the Henry Bastow Award for Educational Architecture, goes to Geelong College Junior School by John Wardle Architects. This project provides functional and delightful spatial outcomes, with learning opportunities connected across indoor and outdoor programs. The design provides a high-quality contextual contribution to the campus and its operation, the new build forms creating a joyful and sensitive interplay between new and the existing heritage fabric by McGlashan Everest. The Geelong College Junior School balances scale and delight for children's learning, play and exploration, and for adults, whether teachers or parents, a place for the wider school community. Congratulations, John Wardle Architects. And I'm joined now by a very, very excitable team at John Wardle Architects. Congratulations, guys. How's it going?
Good, thanks.
Excellent, excellent. Now, Alan Ting, I understand you're the spokesperson for this project. Is that correct?
I'll be one of a few.
One of a few, yes. Okay.
That's right.
Well, look, I understand this project is the first following your 2-campus master plan for the school. Is that correct?
Correct.
Right.
A project we first engaged with Geelong College over 6 years ago now, and we started with the master plan, looking at their facilities, and this was the first project to come out of that, and it's been a joy.
Fantastic. And the jury made reference to the school's pedagogical philosophy and an engagement with nature. Can you tell us a little bit about how that's played out in the design?
Well, central to the scheme is a number of courtyards with one big one in the middle, and really the school is a part of the vision. So, it's a built version of their vision, really, of their outdoor play and their environments and the programs they run. So really, it was their imagination that sparked our response.
And have you had a chance to observe how the students and the staff have embraced this project?
We have to some degree. Last year was tricky with COVID, of course, but seeing the kids run around earlier this year was a real joy. Showing Kirsten, James and Mark around was great. And
is there anyone that you'd like to acknowledge or thank, Alan?
Yes, many people. Firstly, our beautiful clients, our engagement led by Dr. Peter Miller, the principal, Miss Sondra Wood, the head of the junior school, and Ross Molyneux, head of early learning, have all been fantastic to engage with. Also, I'd like to thank the commitment of the school council and the planning committee and finance committee. So we've had a fantastic engagement with them over the last 6 years.
And
of course, our fantastic team here.
Excellent. Well, on that note, unless there's anything you'd like to add, I might let you go to enjoy the rest of your evening.
A couple of things, actually.
Oh, yes. Fire away.
But maybe from John.
Actually, there is one thing. First of all, thank you very much to the jury and the Institute yet again for organising this whole process under such difficult circumstances. We should acknowledge McLashton and Everest, who were the school's architects for about 50 years and created such an amazing legacy that we have worked with and toward in producing this building. So not only with the school itself, but with the legacy of that fine practice. Thank you to them.
Oh, wonderful. Look, congratulations to you and to everyone involved. Nice to chat with you again, John. It's not really an Architecture Awards unless we cross to you, I must say. And on that note, we will be back with the next round of announcements after these messages from the awards sponsors.
Australia is a beautiful country, a stunning landscape rich with natural beauty. For over 120 years, Littlehampton Brick has made products using just 3 natural elements: earth, water and fire, produced in a sustainable way that's kind to our environment that we love so dearly. Our clay bricks and pavers last forever. 100% Australian made and family owned. From our family to yours. We thank you for choosing Littlehampton.
The future of construction is digital. Data is transforming our lives, our work, and the way we create. Get ready to digitize and embrace the future together. NBS. Field is made.
Made for the contemporary. Made for imagination.
Made for style.
Fielders made. Made for inspiration.
Now you can easily bring your projects to life with Dulux BIM Solutions. Dulux BIM Solutions provides easy-to-use BIM content, so you can add Dulux colours and product ranges to your Revit and ArchiCAD models quickly and simply. The latest Dulux BIM content update now includes the Dulux World of Colour and product ranges from Dulux powder coatings, protective coatings, Acrotex and Intergrain timber finishes. Dulux BIM Solutions, inspiring creativity.
Hi, we're
John, Model Architects,
and you're watching the
Victorian
Architecture Awards.
Nice work on the shout out there from John Wardle Architects, and congratulations once again. Moving on to residential architecture houses new. Let's take a look at the shortlist. Eight Yard House by Studio Bright. Bellows House by Architects Eat. Chenier by Easttop Architects. Divided House by Jackson Clements Burrows Architects. Eastbourne by Easttop Architects. Garden House by Austin Maynard Architects. Kyneton House by Addition Office. Levo's House by Clinton Murray Architects. And Limestone House by John Wardle Architects. 9 great projects, and the jury have awarded 3 commendations, 1 award, and the named award in this category. The commendations for residential architecture houses new go to Limestone House by John Wardle Architects. Kyneton House by Addition Office. And Garden House by Austin Maynard Architects. Congratulations to all the teams. An award for new houses goes to Divided House by Jackson Clements Burrows Architects. Divided House makes a serious contribution to recognising that architecture exists in a greater context in terms of both time and surroundings. The division of zones across the property maintains a generous central gathering space for the household around a courtyard garden. Yet, when combined with careful thought around site entry, roof drainage, car parking and sustainability systems, allows for future division into 2 independent homes. Congratulations once again to the team at Jackson Clements Burrows Architects. And the highest honour in this category, the Harold de Brouw Annear Award for Residential Architecture Houses New, goes to 8 Yard House by Studio Bright. 8 Yard House presents a charming choreography of garden and interior spaces, distributed across a double-width site in North Fitzroy. The front elevation takes cues from the ornamentation, proportions and fenestration of surrounding facades, and is described by the architect as a street healing gesture. Studio Bright has considered how each of the adjacent inside and outside spaces interact and complement each other. The design is acutely attuned to the patterns of family activity, offering a multitude of functions and spatial moods that promote genuine interactivity. The jury was thoroughly impressed by the depth of design thinking and its effective translation into a built form that celebrates everyday family life. Congratulations, Studio Bright. And I'm joined now by Mel Bright, who I think didn't quite believe she was going to be receiving the named award tonight. Congratulations, Mel.
Thanks so much. We really didn't expect it. It's really, really wonderful. Just couldn't be more delighted. It's such an amazing group of architects in this category and so tough.
Yes. Well, you're up against a gold medalist there, John Wardle. Tough field. But Mel, what would you like us to know about this project? Maybe starting with the clients.
I mean, any private house begins with a great client, and our wonderful clients, Anna and Nick, are just delightful from the beginning. But also, Anna and Nick and the builder, Basis Builders, who we've worked with before, did such a great job on this project with all their trades as well. And Fran, on a project that was a lot about the landscape, she really, brought this project to life. But I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about my team as well, like the team on this project, Maya, Todd, Pay, and so many more. My wonderful husband, Rob, who does all our detailing, and the rest of the team, just so proud of what everyone's contributed.
Well, the jury did make a very particular reference to the connection between indoor and outdoor. Was that something that was driven by the client, or is it something that emerged as your practice worked through the brief?
I think both. I think the clients, really imagined this site as their family home and how they would live in it. And so a lot of it was about their forever home and how one might, in a sort of, tight urban context, connect with the sky and landscape. And so certainly that was the conversation through the whole project.
And do you know if the clients are watching this evening?
I don't know. I never like to tell our clients about awards nights because I feel too much pressure. But if they are, I really hope they're happy because it's a project we're so proud of, and really it's just nice to see them in their happy home with their kids enjoying it.
Oh, well, fantastic, Mel. Is there anything you'd like to say before I let you go and enjoy the rest of the night in your fabulous frock?
I wore my bling. Thanks to the jury, a bunch of people that we really look up to, and also I think to the other architects in the category. Some of them are our heroes from many years, so we're really thrilled.
Well, congratulations to you, to your client, and to everyone involved in the project, Mel. Nice to be able to catch up with you tonight. I'll let you go and enjoy the evening. Have a great night.
Thank you.
To the Melbourne Prize, supported by the University of Melbourne. And I'd like to hand back to Julie Willis to introduce the nominees.
Thanks, Viv. Hi, everyone. We're really proud to be supporting this category, and on behalf of the University of Melbourne, I'd like to wish all the entrants the best of luck. Let's see the projects shortlisted for this category.
Acme Renewal by BKK Architects and Razorfish. Carrum Station and Foreshore Precinct by Cox Architecture. Collins Arch by Woods Bagot and Shop Architects. Docklands Primary School by Cox Architecture. Jackalope Pavilion by March Studio. Monash Woodside Building for Technology and Design by Grimshaw in collaboration with Monash University. Alderfleet by Grimshaw. Paran Square by Lions. And Springvale Community Hub by Lions. Well, that's quite a field. Thanks so much, Julie, and thanks also to the University of Melbourne. And without any further ado, the 2021 Melbourne Prize goes to Monash Woodside Building for Technology and Design by Grimshaw in collaboration with Monash University. A clear winner of the Melbourne Prize, Monash Woodside reminded the jury of the fundamental role of the architect to create humanist structures that last for generations. Data and research-led, Grimshaw has created a future-focused, sustainable education machine that never forgets the human scale or the human experience. Without need for metaphor or narrative, it provides an optimistic vision of the future and world-class teaching spaces, but also in the great tradition of Australian TAFE buildings, is an educational tool in itself. Along with its engaged, driven and knowledgeable collaborator, Monash University, the jury congratulates Grimshaw for this outstanding achievement. And now to the Regional Prize, which recognises projects that have made a significant contribution to regional Victoria. Let's take a look at the 6 projects in the running. Bellows House by Architects Eat. Geelong College Junior School by John Wardle Architects. Lonsdale Links by Woodmarsh. Stawell Secondary College by Workshop Architecture. 10 Minutes by Tractor by Cox Architecture. and Yarraman District Health Service, YDHS, Integrated Healthcare Centre by McBride Charles Ryan. And the 2021 Regional Prize goes to Geelong College Junior School by John Wardle Architects. The jury consider this project to be an exemplary precedent for regional architecture through its rich storytelling and sensitive design focused on student scale. Whilst it's an exceptional building in detail and resolution, the jury were most impressed by the crafting of different scales to achieve its architectural excellence. This is the first building project emanating from ongoing master plan work and heralds an exciting future for Geelong College to achieve their educational beliefs reflected through thoughtful design. Congratulations once again to John Wardle Architects. And now to the final award of the evening, and the highest honour that can be bestowed at the Victorian Architecture Awards, the Victorian Architecture Medal. The medal is supported by the Office of the Victorian Government Architect, and it's my pleasure to hand over to Jill Garner to say a few words and announce this year's winner.
Thank you, Viv, and good evening, everyone. The Office of the Victorian Government Architect is proud to support the Victorian Architecture Medal once again in 2021. Out of a field of wonderful projects, just one is chosen to be honoured with this medal each year. It is the most prestigious of the Victorian awards. Now, straight to the announcement. I'm delighted to announce that the winner of the 2021 Victorian Architecture Medal is the Monash Woodside Building for Technology and Design by Grimshaw in collaboration with Monash University. Congratulations to all.
Monash's Woodside Building for Technology and Design is recognised for the highest levels of design excellence and thinking. In the context of the world's climate and environmental crisis, the Woodside Building demonstrates an elegant and optimistic response in delivering a complex program for an environmentally sustainable future, while simultaneously proposing a transformational vision of what tertiary education can be. This project delivers a level of design cohesion and sophistication that makes it an outstanding piece of architecture, and as such, the jury is delighted to award Grimshaw, in collaboration with Monash University, the 2021 Victorian Architecture Medal. And I am joined once again by Andrew Krotiris and the Grimshaw team from Sydney. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's an extraordinary award to win, both the Melbourne Award and the Victorian Medallion. And I think I would love to begin with acknowledging the contributors to this project. And I think that the project began with the sponsorship or the drive by the Vice-Chancellor of Monash University, Margaret Gardner, in her drive to make what she described as what is next, what becomes next between the responsibility of a university to drive the engagement in the future of education and sustainability. And that great vision of hers was articulated with the acuity of Shelley Penn and Jocelyn Chu in terms of how such an ambition embeds itself within the existing campus. And obviously we had the great leadership of the executive team of Bradley Williamson and Alexis Coutts in terms of a very calm stewardship of that ambition over 5 years. And of course we do these projects within broad collaborations with many, many people. This project was kind of situated between a drive for world-leading sustainability and world-leading innovation in learning. And those two things came together through many, many participants. I would like to acknowledge Chris Alcock, who's been a partner in the development of really esteemed learning innovation. The the commitment and passion of our engineering partner, Oricon, Jeff Robertson and his team really kind of had an outstanding commitment to the project. And of course, I'd love to acknowledge our team, because these projects are formed after many years. Fellow partner Michael Yannicka, principal Christian Castillo, our full team. I could go through Damon Van Horn, Carolyn Funker, Sarah Gilder, Ben Donoghue, Amelia Mayer, Alberto Sangioro. There's many more that I could mention, but we kind of committed our lives to this project. But it comes back to the also the team, I should mention, Root Projects and Lendlease, who took on the ambition to build a certified passive house building, which delivers an outcome which is 30% of the energy of a typical building, and sets up the possibility of a net zero carbon future. And that is committed into aligned to the ambition of the universities to be net zero campus by 2030. These things all stack together. Within the university, we also had Rob Brimblechrome and Chris Ryan, Pro Vice Chancellor in Education, all kind of committed in the formation of this tremendous project. So it embodies so many things. With Lendlease, we have Ben Brown and Bill Alexandros, who took on that challenge to deliver this project, not only in its passive house performance, but in establishing great outcomes in sustainability in construction as well. But I think overall, this project demonstrates that we can take on through very strong partnerships, whether they're industry partnerships with Woodside, through the engineering faculties within Monash, the engineering profession, the architectural profession, that true innovation in Australia can be world leading through that committed collaboration and partnerships. And it was an absolute joy and privilege to be part of that overall team in delivering this project. So again, on behalf of Grimshaw, we're very, very honoured and privileged to be a part of that collaborative team in delivering this outcome.
Oh, wonderful. Well, look, Andrew, I think you've covered the basis in terms of acknowledging all those who needed thanks. So thank you very much for that. Now, I don't know if you can see on your Skype line there, but I do have the actual medal here with me in the studio. So this will be coming your way very shortly. A heads up, it is extremely heavy. Our crew had quite a task putting it into position for the cross. So that will be headed your way.
I'd like to also thank the jury and thank the Institute for the acknowledgement as well. It's just tremendous.
Wonderful. Well, it sounds as though the team will be having quite a night. I hear the cheers, so I'll let you go now to enjoy the rest of the celebrations. But once again, to the entire team and absolutely everyone involved in this project, congratulations, and I hope you have a great night.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And that brings the announcements to a close. However, a few points before we wrap up. The Victorian members may know that the Winter Awards dinner was cancelled last year and this year due to COVID. However, the chapter will be holding a face-to-face members cocktail evening, the Architects Ball, on the 18th of November. That's just 5 months away, so save the date. The Architects Ball will be all about celebrating architects, in particular, members who've made significant contributions. It's a night for the members, so keep an eye out as more information will be coming very soon. And just a reminder that the 2021 awards edition of Architect Victoria, showcasing all the awards entrants, will be made available in the coming weeks. This will be sent to all subscribers, and you'll be able to purchase it through the Victorian chapter or digitally on their website. I'd like to congratulate all the award recipients tonight, and indeed every practice that entered the 2021 awards. I'd also like to thank the national and chapter corporate partners. Thanks for your support and for being part of the show tonight. And just a reminder that if you'd like to continue the national celebration of architecture across the country, you can tune in next Thursday night for the Queensland Architecture Awards and Friday night for the Northern Territory. In the meantime, thanks for joining me and have a great night.
The 2021 Victorian Architecture Awards are proudly supported by BlueScope, Dulux, Brickworks, Lysart, Fielders, Bondor, Bosch, Built Environment Channel, NBS, Plant Cover, Architecture Media, as well as Bates Smart, City of Melbourne, Dormacaba, the Heritage Council of Victoria, Mackay Timber, Office of the Victorian Government Architect, the University of Melbourne, Partridge, Littlehampton Bricks and Pavers, WSP, and Creffield.